Hello Seekers, this is Ron. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the importance of learning to focus on self versus focusing outside ourselves. So this is a big subject. I'm going to introduce it today, just some foundational bottom lines. When we're little kids, and we grow through the first stages of being taught everything about life from mommy and daddy, we are focused outside ourselves. Now, if they knew how to meet all of our needs physically, emotionally, and mentally, then we would have received all of that and we would have landed in ourselves, and they would have taught us how to connect to self and trust the value of self. And we would be primarily focused inwardly on self, filling our well, and then moving out into life to invest and share self. Now, I have been in the world a long time, and I have worked with thousands of people. Not one actually got all of that clear education, nurturing, and encouragement to land fully in the value of self. We can talk about that in tons more detail, and as always, there's a lot more of that available at empoweredatlast.com. But for now, because we didn't get taught how when we were in those first years, from birth to about 7 or 8 years old, because they didn't know how, no need to blame anybody. If they didn't know how, then I'm still focused, frozen like a child, looking outside myself for the reassurance, the clear answers, the sense of validation that I matter and that I'm safe. This is where the world has been frozen, kind of like frozen wounded children inside. Now we've accomplished millions of things outside. We've done all kinds of wonderful outer deepening. But how do we actually feel on the inside? A lot of missing education and nurturing needs. Perfectly fine. It's a part of a learning curve. However, we now need to understand, if I focus outside myself, I'm not going to necessarily know how to let the moments of my life in to touch me, to matter, so that I own my own experience of what's taking place. There are millions of examples, but I'm going to use myself as a starting place. We either tend to use the job, the relationships, the achievement, or the stuff as the outer replacement for a sense of self. Now, we don't know that we're doing it as a replacement because we haven't had the alternative of knowing what a real sense of valued self is to some degree. Everyone I've ever met. And so we're learning, we're deepening, and these are just more clues, making sure you're clear about that process. So where was I early on? Without getting it, I was so frozen outside myself. And so the most obvious place for me to do it was in my performing career. So I got the chance to perform all over the world, and I was so focused outside, wanting the reassurance and validation that I mattered, but I didn't know how to let it in to touch me. Even when I got the reassurance of applause or people asking for my autograph, they were responding to my talent, not who I am, according to what I would have allowed. I didn't know how to let anyone in to see me or know me because I didn't know myself. I didn't know how to receive like what we would have learned from mommy and daddy, where they acknowledged us and they brought us back to ourselves. And we would land in ourselves and have our own experience. So what I'd like you to do this week is evaluate, where are you in that process? I'm telling you right now from my own journey of learning how to take the focus from out there and put it more and more and more through a process and learning curve, more and more and more by percentages connected to myself. You and me, for ourselves, are the grand prize. I'm the grand prize in my life. You're the grand prize in your life. And learning how to connect and claim that and value that and feel safer and safer to be authentic and to share yourself and to connect into life because you're getting to know yourself with nurturing and acceptance will change your life in every possible way. So planting seeds, evaluate. Where are you in that process this week? How often during your day are you just focused outside and at the end of the day, you're exhausted, you just want to go to bed so you can do the same thing tomorrow? Pause. What did I experience today? What am I going through today? What matters to me? What touches me? How is everything I'm doing investing in and deepening my life as well as touching and enhancing the lives of others? Take this inventory. Let me know in the comments below what you're discovering. I want a chance to respond and deepen this. What you're probably discovering, and I will make this my last little blurb, what you're probably discovering is that I'm introducing a number of different topics that we will expand on and deepen over time. And this is the introduction of outer focus versus self-reference, self-nurturing, and self-value as the source. There's a lot to look forward to. I will see you next week. Be good to you.